Welcome back to another episode of the Alpha Nation, everyone. Today we've got a special guest on with us from lockdown on Zoom. We've got our head coach, Gregory Wasson, here. And we've also got myself and Coach Lizzie B, as always, your regular host.
Welcome, Greg.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me again, guys.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute since episode
second
2.
Time round, hey?
Yeah, no testy pops or anything this time, hopefully.
What was that, hey?
What?
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for having me. So today we're going to talk to you guys a little bit about what we've been doing in lockdown and just some considerations for you guys to have around goal setting, staying on track, just your routine, your nutrition, your training, kind of everything that we usually talk about. So I guess we'll kick this off. Greg, talk to us about your lockdown so far. What's it been looking like for you?
Yeah, I kind of kicked things off as a bit of a holiday, as you two probably know. The first 2 weeks, we were kind of told it was only going to be 2 weeks. So I was just all legs up, holiday mode, and didn't stress too much about work and anything like that. You guys were all doing your boot camps and outdoor training.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been extended time and time again.
We had the
Who
boys
knows
on holiday
how many-
too, right?
Yeah, so it's school holiday, so I was chilling out at home, sleep in, wake up whenever the boys wake up, get up, sit and watch Pokemon or whatever, have breakfast at 8 o'clock, that kind of thing.
Living
Out
the
front,
life.
handball, basketball, all the fun stuff, scooters, skateboarding, going to the skater, watching other kids break legs.
The retirement
Yeah,
dreams.
that's a bit brutal.
Good times, yeah.
Ooh, yeah. But yeah, I guess on that, what's your training been looking like, I guess, now because of lockdown? Because obviously we don't have the equipment, well, most of us don't have the equipment we usually would have access to. I know you definitely have a fair bit more than usual.
Yeah, so I was pretty lucky. Mark and Linda were pretty generous and let me borrow a little bit of equipment. So I've just got your bare basics, so adjustable bench, barbell, plates, pissy squat rack, and dumbbells. And then I just grabbed the little bits and pieces from Kmart, your little suspension trainers, sliders, bands, so on and so forth. So I've got a pretty decent setup compared to most. But before I grabbed all the dumbbells and whatnot, it was push-ups, squats, and and pull-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah. But since getting the equipment, like I said, I'm pretty lucky. So haven't changed training too much. Although I am pretty inclined normally in the gym to be jumping on machines and whatnot. Back to the basics with the bench presses.
Hips and back, right?
Yeah. So back to basics really, and I'm getting stuck in, trying to squeeze a lot of volume in and that. Soon as though I'm getting a lot more sleep and a lot more sunshine and fresh air than I normally would. The workload's reduced significantly, so I'm pushing it a little bit harder with the volume, and body's recovering better than what it normally would with half the volume. So funny thing.
Yeah, imagine that.
Crazy what rest can do.
Oh, I was about to say the same thing. Yeah.
It's
Wonder why we
absolutely
preach it.
insane. Yeah, that's exactly right. What about you guys, training wise?
Lizzie B, I'll let you kick this one off.
Yeah, so it kind of sucked for me because just before, I think, Greg, we were approaching week 4 of a strength program that you had put me on. So I was I was on a bit of a roll with my deadlift, so I got a bit sad.
And squats and bench. We're getting a bit of traction there, man.
Yeah, I
35
know.
kilo bench.
Look, the bench was 35, but that was a lot for me. But my deads were up to 90 and my squats were up to 50. And I weigh 50, so I was pretty...
at your body weight, they're decent, healthy numbers, right?
Yeah, so now I'm just not deadlifting, not squatting. I had a session in Greg's outdoor gym the other day, so we did some squats, which was good. Haven't lost too much of my strength in 2 weeks, so that's good. But yeah, I've just kind of been doing a lot of split squats, a lot of walking, so a lot of cardio. I'm getting back into running a bit as well. Push-ups. I've got myself a pull-up bar from Kmart. Pulse squats. Anything that I can do. AMRAP. Yeah. Anything I can do. I'm doing reverse hyperextensions on the couch.
Yeah, you're pretty creative with your exercises, aren't you, Lizzie?
I try to be. Got to
Mate,
keep
you
it
saw the
interesting.
couch for
lateral
everything.
raises and everything.
Yeah, just
Oh,
find household items. It's not hard when you're small and you don't need to lift a lot of weight.
I know all about it.
Yeah.
Unplug the microwave. I was doing like overhead squats.
Actual?
No.
I was gonna
That's
say.
What about you, Hayden? What have you been doing?
Yeah, pretty much just a modified push-pull split from what I was
Yeah.
doing, really. Yeah, it was just 2 separate workouts. I just kind of repeat and go back over twice a week. So it's pretty similar to what I was doing at the gym, pretty similar volume, pretty similar exercises, just mostly body weight because I've only got like a bar, an easy bar and 2 dumbbells and a pull-up bar. So
Yeah.
just trying to find whatever variety I can with those, but again, just hitting all my muscle groups with enough volume, and just, yeah, again, slowly creeping that up every week as well. So it's been pretty similar, really. And then routine-wise, it's just been all over the place, but it's...
Talk about routine. I'm all over the place. I'm waking up
has
at the same
breakfast at 1
time.
p.m.
Yeah, and I'm going to bed at the same time, but it gets to like 1 o'clock and I'm like, I need to eat food for the first time today.
Today.
Not ideal.
It's not ideal. It's a bit silly. I don't know
Intermittent fasting.
why. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then I go to bed really full because I'm trying to still get all my calories and my protein in, and I lie in bed and I'm like, oh, why do I do this to myself?
Yeah. How do people do it with 1 meal a day, hey? I don't get it.
Oh, could not.
How hard is
Nah.
it? Must be
I
impossible.
don't know.
I mean, I don't know, you let your blood sugar drop that enough.
Yeah, this is very true. I can devour
Yeah.
some calories if my
Empty
blood sugar
calories.
drops. Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
This is really bad, and I don't know if I should admit to this, but I stood up off the couch yesterday after sitting down, and I went dizzy, and I was like, oh, this.
Mate, I haven't done that since I was a child, hey.
It's
But
Silly.
yeah, for sure. But I mean, I guess it's still good that you're still going to bed at the same time, still waking up at the same time, keeping that kind of structure to your day. Just obviously got a little bit more room for, I guess, more COVID-safe business ventures.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah. So I guess we should talk a little bit about the considerations for lockdown. Like,
yeah.
it doesn't necessarily need to be a time where you lose track of your goals. Like,
Absolutely
we're all still
not.
keeping that routine, still training, still eating what we need to. Obviously with adjustments. So, Greg, you were talking about it the other day. Not eating as much as you were purely because your TDEE's gone down. If you wanted to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, well, normally putting 13 hours into a gym for 4 days a week and then a little bit on a Friday. We all know I'm pretty slack on my quarter day Fridays, but the 13-hour days in the gym, obviously the calorie expenditure spent on just being on my feet, moving weights around, talking to people, doing whatnot, each day's turned into me not working 13
Doing a
hours
whole
a
lot
day,
of
more
none
like
of that.
working. This week's been alright, you know. I've maybe trained 5 people a day, sort of thing. So it's not the 15 I'm used to, but so yeah, I'm just finding like for the first the 2 weeks that I took off, it's not normally a problem. My body will just, I don't know, enjoy the rest and soak up the calories, I guess. But then sort of got to this week, week 3, and it sort of started catching up to me. I was dishing up meals like I normally would and just was not interested. I'm bowl of rice after bowl of rice. Dinner time's usually like whatever I eat, my meat and veg and whatever, and then 2 bowls of ice cream, half a block of chocolate.
And
Not
when Greg
interested.
says
The ice cream
bowl,
and
he
chocolate,
means
I don't even get in touch.
family-sized
I mean,
container.
bowl. Yeah, look. Bowl.
Oh,
Bowl.
thing's bigger than his head.
Yeah. And that's usually a mountain of ice cream.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm just not hungry. So I've only just kind of wised on to the fact that the whole non-exercise activity thermo is down and body just doesn't need the calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy how our body
Obviously.
regulates so quickly as well. It makes sense for sure, but when you think about 2 weeks, I suppose 2 weeks is a bit of time there, and the fact that you're intuitively just not eating. You're not continuing to eat to the point where you feel sick, which is easy to do, especially in lockdown, but your body's just like, nah, I don't need it. I don't need this right now.
Which can be, like, that can be a pretty good point for some people that, like, even clients we've put on with their current TDEEs, and then imagine people like myself, I've gone and thrown them on 4,000 calories like I normally would eat, and then we haven't adjusted that for lockdown, and I'm probably closer to 2,500 now, and, like, it's probably near 50% difference, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
So that is obviously a big consideration.
That's a good point to think about. If anyone's gaining the extra weight and they're following
the same meal plan that we did
on
have,
calories or whatnot,
yeah,
might be an idea to check your steps or your NEAT in general and just taper things back to allow for it.
Yeah, that's a good point as well, though, because I've been talking to a couple of people. A few people have reached out for home programming, and they've been walking more now than they ever have. So that's still, you know, something to take into consideration.
Swing both ways.
Yeah, for sure. And if you are gaining, you know, a little bit and you don't want to cut your calories, then think about upping your energy expenditure. So add a second walk in the afternoon and the morning, or go for a longer walk, or, you know, try some jogging. There's always ways to kind of counteract it.
Just move more.
Yeah, exactly. Which I suppose brings us into something that we wanted to focus on. We touched on it last week, but, you know, goals are ever changing. You can shift your goals to suit lockdown, or if you've, you know, strength is obviously a little bit harder, but if you've got, you know, weight loss goals, or, you know, just general body toning goals, as we say, you don't have to let go of that in lockdown. You just kind of have to adapt and choose the exercises. Higher reps is one thing that we did touch on last week. But Haydo, you've been writing a few home programs. What's your go-to for people that have minimal weight at the moment?
Yeah, it's just heaps of body weight stuff, hey. Whatever we can kind of adapt from the gym. Obviously super similar movement patterns, working the same muscle groups. I know Greg's been a bit of an arsehole and just throwing in supersets or same muscle supersets. So,
giant sets
and stuff. I've been given a couple giant sets, just because they're easy to do. They hit everything, they get them done. It's more like circuit kind of training. But yeah, apart from that, it's just been pretty similar programming to what we usually do, just with what we can. So instead of say benches or anything, we'll do push-ups, or instead of overhead press, we could do like, I don't know, inverted push-ups, whatever the fuck they are. We deficit push-ups and stuff, just to get a bit more shoulder into it. It's like
legs on
just
the couch.
kind of trying to just like that. Love the couch, Lizzie.
You can do so much of a workout on the couch. Take from that what you will, but you can.
But yeah, it's all been pretty similar style of training. I haven't been too mean with the same muscle supersets or anything yet. Did have a client today where I did, I guess, hammer them with those same muscle supersets, and they were pretty good. But keeping them pretty similar, really. Yeah.
A few go-to ones that I've been using are, you know, banded leg extensions. So just, you know, putting a band around you, whether it's your ankles or just below your knees, and doing some leg extensions or kickbacks, some people like to call them online. Single leg glute bridge is one that I found is really good. Instead of like a lying or a seated leg curl, hit the hamstrings with a single leg glute bridge. You know,
you got
banded,
your slider hamstring curls too.
Yeah, got your slider hamstring curls. Put a laminated piece of paper on the carpet. Get going with that one. That's a good hack, Haydo. I've been using that.
Have us on our Instagram at Alpha Strength Physique. You'll see what we're all talking about.
Yeah. And then banded hip thrusters from the couch. Yeah, we'll post a link. But yeah, banded hip thrusters from the couch, or, you know, it doesn't sound like a lot, but if you're doing AMRAP and you're doing high reps, if you can get, like, I had a big jar. We have like our rice in big jars in the pantry. I just got like a brown rice jar and use that, which is like not that heavy. But if you're doing high reps and you've got a band on, or you can like even double band, you get to 50 of those and you're feeling it. So it's just high reps.
It creeps up on you.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
time as well
Definitely
to
get that.
really dial in on that mind-muscle connection as well. That's the
Yeah.
best one. I've been focused because even though I've got the dumbbells and that, I'm pretty limited weight-wise. They only go up to 20 kilos, so I've been really
Only 20.
channeling into the channeling into the mind-muscle connection. So
Oh,
it's,
absolutely.
yeah, it's good time when you're limited on weight as well to really try and find that, or pre-exhaust with some isometrics or something like that. It's a good
Yeah,
one.
for sure.
Well, yeah, it's also a great time to kind of hone in on that technique, slow it down, really try and think about what you're trying to get out of each set, each rep. Like,
Yeah.
you could still have limited weight, but you can get a fucking good workout with light weights for higher reps, just thinking about the muscle, just thinking about the technique you're using, and really honing in on that, because it makes a world of difference to your quality of training too.
Absolutely.
And you'll see it when you come back to the gym as well. Like, your quality of training is going to go through the roof.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it's true. And I mean, we've got, I got just before lockdown got super strict, I put in an order in Kmart. I think they might be sold out now, but they've got, all different kinds of resistance bands. And I've been doing deadlifts or Romanian deadlifts with, you stand on one end of the loop and deadlift with a band. It's like, I did 40 reps of those the other day, and I was absolutely cooked. And like 40 sounds like a lot, but if you're doing AMRAP and you're just using a band, you obviously need higher rep to be able to feel
You've
it.
got to
But
get up there.
It works. Like, my bum's really sore today.
It's one of the few exercises people actually do with a band that follows the strength curve of the band too. So that's a big
Yeah.
one, Lizzie.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, it's the bicep curls as well with a band. I found you got to get the big looped. What is the name of the big loop resistance band? Is there a name for it? The big one?
Band?
You
I call the
big
little ones
band.
booty
Just
bands.
resistant.
I call the big ones
The
bands.
little ones are
Big band, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. I've got a pull-up bar, so I've been trying to do body weights, but I'll put the big one on for assisted. But bicep curls as well, like standing on the bottom of the band and curling the band works, or wrap it around a broomstick.
Good bicep pump. You did send us a photo of that bicep pump the other day too, Lizzie. Was that after some banded curls?
That
big
was-
bicep pump.
Big pump.
That was after
I
sitting
was,
on
I
the
was
couch
too
for getting to
emasculated
eat.
by you two to actually do it.
I'm going to insert a picture that Greg sent to Hayden after he'd done a giant
show.
set, just to
Show him the giant set arm pump.
give him an
Just
ego tickle. Yeah,
But,
but there are a lot of things that you can do to stay creative. But the incline or decline, I suppose, push-ups are a good one, Haydo. They're a good one
Feet
for
up,
the old
yeah.
shoulders. Yeah. Zach, actually, we're posting a
No.
video a bit later tomorrow or today when this podcast goes live of Zach's got some good tips on mixing up your push-up stance to hit different muscles. Stay
Yeah,
tuned
okay.
for that.
Cool.
Different
Not
variations.
not just a runner, hey? Coach Zach.
Not
yeah,
just
no,
a runner.
imagine that.
Yeah.
Just a runner.
He's a
Love it.
runner, he's a track star. Alright, cool.
Don't
Anyway,
edit that out, keep that.
Oh,
but
dear.
yeah, again, also, speaking of Zach's running, this is a perfect time to try something new as well. So you don't need to stay on track with your same, I guess, style or method of training as you were in the gym. Like, this is a perfect time to get outside, ride, run. I gave Zach's running class a go last week before it was, COVID banned.
How'd you go?
COVID blocked, whatever you want to call it. Oh, it's fucking good. The interval style I loved, but I
How
just
are the legs
gassed,
after a
hey.
bit sore for the next few days?
Oh, proper legless, hey. My calves, my hamstrings. Well, it was 7:30 in the morning, but my muscles have never been that cold when I've tried to use them before. Like,
Yeah.
just used to train in the middle of the day. So, but yeah, it was good fun. But like, again, that's something I would never have done if I didn't have the extra time and if I
Yeah.
wasn't forced into
In
kind of,
lockdown,
expanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, in lockdown.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a perfect time to try something else. Like, try running, try cycling, try bodyweight exercises, or just completely switch it
Try
up.
fixing all those niggles that you've had for a long time.
Yeah, rehab wise. Like,
yeah.
if
Got
you've
time
got a
to
shit shoulder
stretch
that's
and-
just been.
yeah.
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 Do
Exactly,
all your
like-
activations. I saw Lizzie Beeg got Brit onto the activations and whatnot the other day.
The upper body activations. Yep, we've got some
So
some activations that we're posting on Alpha. I'm a bit of an activationist because they work. So
I've sent that video to 2 or 3 people as well. A few of my clients that were like, all right, well now's a chance. We're not lifting anything significant at the moment. Let's
Nice.
rehab things and
fix this shit.
get the shoulders nice and healthy
Yes.
again and whatnot.
What's the feedback on
So,
it?
yeah,
Sure.
perfect
Like
time.
this-
Is it working?
They probably don't even watch it, so let's be honest. These are big he-men that just want to throw heavy weight around.
Yeah, I want to know if it's
So-
working for people though,
Yeah.
because like it does work. If you put in the time with your activations, it does work.
And it's not much time either, right?
It's not. It's literally 5 minutes. Like I think I
It's
got to
fuck all,
your
yeah.
place and activated before we worked out the other day, and it took me like
By
4
the time
minutes.
by the time I set up the rack, right?
Yeah, exactly. It does. And
You
it,
turn up, go, we're doing squats. By the time I set this rack up for squats,
Yeah.
you've done your activations.
And it's so it's like if you think about it, like walking into a room and turning on the lights so that you can see everything. All you have to do is turn on your glutes, turn on your core, or turn on different muscles in your shoulders and your back.
Different shoulders.
And it transforms the way that you move. It transforms the way that you lift, and it transforms your recovery as well. Like I will preach this forever.
Yeah. Think of it like there's a reason why people do it. If you're using the right muscles, what are you going to do? Probably lift more weight.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're using the
Yeah.
right muscles, what are you going to do? Probably not going to get injured. If you don't get injured, you're probably going to
You're
keep
going to be
getting
lifting
stronger.
for longer.
Yeah. Do you know what though?
Survival
I was
bias.
talking
So it makes
to,
sense to spend that 5 minutes activating before a session.
Exactly. And I was talking to Jess the other day.
Mind
you
you,
know,
first put my hand up to say I don't do it.
I was gonna say you don't even activate
Neither.
yourself. But
My activations involve like swinging my arms around and then I'm ready.
throwing them around.
Yeah, pretty
But
much.
I was
Crack my shoulders. All right, I'm good.
I was talking to Jess because she was saying that she's got neck pain, mostly from breastfeeding Bowie still. And I sent her the video. I was like, hey, do some little activations. Tell me if it works. But
Yeah, I
it's
think I saw she was on the in the lounge room floor on the rug with the foam roller out and that the other day. So there might have been some
No.
activations happening in that.
I'll have
process.
to check in and see how she went.
Yeah, do it. Get the client check in from.
Yeah,
her.
we'll get the log ready. But yeah, speaking of trying new things, if you guys and running, I posted on the Instagram story last night. Zach did just an easy 16K run with me video. I don't know if you guys saw that. He goes from 1K
Yeah,
to 16K like nothing, and at the end of the video, he's like, "Okay, well that's
it
me
looks
done."
the same every
yeah.
single K.
Yeah, he's my inspiration.
Every single time
actually
he's like,
have-
that's 1K.
Who did he
that's
have following
2K.
him?
I think it's
to
his girlfriend.
do the camera
His
work?
girlfriend.
On the bike.
Was she on a bike?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say no one's going to run with him for that.
They run together
Oh,
all
fuck
the
no.
time. Like they casually just do like a half marathon in the morning before work. They're amazing.
I don't know. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. You should see
Yeah.
the guy. He's a sprinter, man. You should see how fast that guy is.
Really?
Yeah, no, he's built
lightning
like a
quick
sprinter
over
too.
like 20 to 100.
Yeah, right.
He looks like he would be. He's got the
Yeah.
fucking legs for it.
Yeah, he does.
Seriously, I don't know why he does distance.
Yeah, neither.
It's good for your mental
I
health.
haven't spoke to him about it. It's just...
Well, we have a running podcast with
Sense
Zach,
it.
and we are going to do
We are-
volume 2 of that.
Port
Cool.
2.
Yeah.
We just need to organise
Yeah,
that.
we do. We do. But I suppose that
Plenty
the
of time to do so.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, the point I suppose that we were making is this is the while you've got the time, try something new, try a different style of training or a different goal. I don't know, start running.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you've lost your motivation for your current goals now that you're in lockdown, then shake it up a little bit.
Bit more time.
Experiment.
You got about a month until we go back to gyms anyway, so that's a whole phase of training?
Yeah, seriously.
Exactly.
And I suppose in terms of nutrition, when we are in lockdown, you've got one end of the spectrum like me where I forget to eat, and other people that I suppose food is constantly on the mind because it's good
And
for
it's
the
just
soul sometimes.
boredom eating.
Yeah. But I think I was talking to a client the other day and I said to him, make a list of foods that you love and then think about how we want to reshape your nutrition based on that. If you find you're not going to work every day, so you're not in the routine of this is when I have breakfast, this is when I have lunch, this is when I have dinner, and you find yourself snacking, let's just reassess everything for lockdown and let's change things up. And if there's other foods that you find that you're wanting or you're craving more, let's just make it work. Like, be kind to yourself, but be smart, I suppose, in doing that.
But yeah, even still, don't lose track of what your goals were.
Absolutely.
Like,
yeah.
just because it's lockdown, it's no excuse not to, I'm on a fat loss journey, but it's lockdown, I don't have access to gyms.
Yeah.
I'm just going to throw it all up in the air.
It's going to make it a
You
whole
can
lot
lose
harder
fat.
when you go back. I've got people
Exactly.
actually. I've got Daniela, who we were on a little 10-week kick in the butt to reach a goal of 65 kilos body weight. And we started, I think we're at week 7 when we got locked down initially. So she had to finish off the last, but absolutely nailed it. Ticked the box a week early.
Nice.
So we got into the last week and we're like, all right, let's go 64 kgs or whatever it is. So, it's
That's
doable.
good.
And she had access. I think, like, the way I changed her program up, I think she had bands and, like, a barbell.
Yeah,
So,
right.
like,
Okay.
it can be done.
Yep.
Stayed on track with her sleep, stayed on track with her nutrition. She's a shift worker, and she didn't stop because she's an essential worker. So
I was just going to say,
there's no excuse whatsoever.
babies are still being
If you
born.
can have someone like Daniela ticking the boxes and getting it done, yeah, seriously. So,
But I mean, also, like, even sometimes the best thing you can do is just maintain. Like, you'd rather have a month of maintenance than a month going backwards. So
Absolutely.
it's no excuse just to throw your hands up in the air either way. Like, either stay on track or just treat yourself, go back to maintenance, recover for a month. You maintain for a month. You'll be good when you come back.
Absolutely.
It's not like you're going backwards for a month.
Yep.
Just try not to let that slip, because that's going to be the real kick in the butt when you do come back.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it doesn't have to, I think we can fall into excuses easy as well. Like, I need this for my mental health, but find other options, because you'll be surprised at, if you feel like you're about to boredom eat and you've got nothing to do, go for a walk if you can, because you'll be surprised what that actually does. That fresh air, what it does to for your mental health, and it distracts you. And get some podcasts to listen to. If you've listened to all of the Alpha Nation ones, go find some other podcasts to listen
there's
to.
no other good ones. Don't listen to anything.
Don't bother.
Just find
Go
some
back and
music.
rewatch the Affirmation ones.
Go back to episode
Start
1.
again, start back.
We got 10, 11 episodes. Go back and watch them all
Yeah,
again.
exactly. But yeah, that's a good point, Hato. Don't lose track of the goals for sure.
So pretty much, guys, in summary, if no one else has anything else to add, nutrition. There's no reason for you not to stay on track with your weight loss deficit or at maintenance at all. Just obviously reaccommodate, reassess for what your situation is at the moment. So if you find yourself you're moving a lot more, whoop-de-doo, you might have a few more calories in the bank for food. But if you're like Greg, your work has been cut out, you're not working as much and you're not moving as much, I guess, then have a look at those calories again. Have a look at how much you're burning, your TDEE. You might need to bring those calories back down a little bit, or just start moving a little bit more. Get some fresh air, go out for walks.
Yeah.
Crazy what it can do
Increase
for your
your
mental. Training wise, obviously we can adapt a lot of your stuff from the gym to home. So if you need, just get in touch with one of our coaches. Just get in touch with Alpha Strength Physique. We can
Half
sort you
price
out.
sale too.
Yeah, half price
Half
sale
price
for
for
at-home
lockdown.
workouts. But yeah, we'll have a look at what you were doing.
We're going to be screwed if this lockdown goes for
Yeah, I know.
for another
I know,
6 weeks
imagine.
or so.
But yeah,
Lockdown sales over.
get in touch with us. We'll pretty much just adapt what you have been doing to at home. We'll find different alternatives and like variations of bodyweight exercises, or with the equipment you've got, we can make it work for you guys. So there's no reason your training has to fall off either. It might be a good time to obviously try some new things, cycling, running, calisthenics, whatever it is you need to do. Focus on your recovery, fix any little niggles you got. Like, say you got a bad shoulder, focus on the recovery for that. Perfect time to do it. You're not fucking lifting any heavy weights at all. And just don't give it a reason, make it a reason to lose track of your goals. Stay on track, or at least maintain. You don't want to be going back to the gym to a month or 2 months backwards when you could have just at least stayed the same or gotten better. So, anything else you guys think I've
Be
missed?
kind. Be kind to yourself. Stay on track. You don't have to fall off the wagon
be
for this.
kind.
And if you need anything, reach out because we're here.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, you can get in touch with us on Instagram. We got at Coach Greg. Is that your Instagram?
Liz, what's my thing?
Oh, God. Coach Greg Wasson.
At Coach Greg Wasson.
There you go.
We got at Coach Lizzie B and myself at Coach Hayden Thompson. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram at Alpha Strength Physique. And yeah, that pretty much sums it up, guys. Thanks for listening to this week's podcast.
Stay
Have
safe.
a good one,
Wash
everyone.
your hands.
Stay safe, wash your hands.
Mask up.
Thanks for joining us again today, Greg, by the way.
Yeah, mask up.
It was good to have you on
Thanks.
again.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
It's always a pleasure,
as
mate.
always.
No
Yeah,
testy pops.
it's
I think we
always a
got through
pleasure.
this one pretty well.
Yeah,
That's
good work.
But anyway, thank you all for listening, and we'll catch you all next week. See you guys.
Peace.